Hey everybody, Aaron Blaise here. It's Friday again. We just blinked and it's Friday. Man, these weeks go by so fast. But welcome. It's Friday, March 12th. And we're happy to have you here all over the world. Woohoo! I love doing these. I look forward to it. I look forward to it not only because I love sharing these things, because when I know when we're doing it, it's Friday, baby.
It's Friday. Thank God it's Friday.
Yes. So today is request day. You know why? Because I couldn't think of anything else. See, request day is always handy. It's always in the back of my pocket. I can't think of anything else, and we can do request day.
And somebody already is requesting, how about a penguin today?
Penguin?
A penguin.
All right. Penguin.
Penguin.
Penguin. I can see that.
We'll see who else.
But before we get into that, I got to make some announcements like I always do.
As always.
I want to remind you that a week from today, our new course is going to be coming out on creating clear expressions. Dustin has been feverishly editing, right, Dustin?
Yes.
Feverishly?
Yes.
Yes. So it's consisting of 13 different videos. 2 of them are intros and outros. So it's basically 11 videos on getting clear expressions, covering emotions. I cover body posture, lots of different things. And so it's a lot of fun. I talk about the anatomy of the face, very briefly, the anatomy of the face, how everything works together and all that sort of thing. I had a lot of fun doing this. And once again, it's basically just me boiling down what I've learned over the last 30 years or so of animating, character animation, and all the expressions that we have to do within that animation, and get the acting across, get the emotions across, because that's really what it's all about, is getting a character to emote, and the only way you can do that is through clear expression. And so I decided, let's go ahead and make a course on that. So that's coming out next Friday on the 19th. The following day, March 20th, is going to be my all-day watercolor course on painting animal portraits. Man, I'm looking forward to that one. Because, yeah, we're going to have fun with that. It's my favorite thing to do. I love to paint watercolor and I love to paint animals. So why not put them all together? And that's exactly why I decided to do the course. Because we were saying, hey, we got to, it's the next quarter. We got to come up with another course. I was like, okay, I love to paint watercolor and I love to paint animals. Let's do a watercolor course on animals. It's one of the things I love about this business. I can come up with what I love to paint, and then we can make a course out of it. So anyway, so that's what we're doing on March 20th, and that's going to be all day. Go to creatureartteacher.com/live, and you can get all the information there, including the supply list. If you're going to be a serious watercolor artist, and this is something you want to do, then I would definitely guarantee you. Why am I saying guarantee? I would definitely get in there and try to fill out that supply list. Otherwise, I think there's a few things in there you could probably skip over. But anyway, there's that. And then we got another announcement possibly later on. So, but I'm going to wait on that.
Also the
the books, of course. My books are still in pre-order. So I'm coming out with my first The Art of Aaron Blaise coffee table book. I was going to say table cover book, but I don't know what that means. Coffee table book. I almost say coffee covered book. Okay, so let me start over. So I'm coming up with The Art of Aaron Blaise coffee table book, and it's in pre-order now. So Nick and I are in the process of laying it out and getting it designed. We've already picked the 230 pieces of art that are going in the book, which is great because I've got thousands. So we've already got about 150 pieces of art picked out for volume 2.
Holy moly.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But that's on pre-order right now, along with a second book that we're doing called 100 Drawings, and it's exactly that. I'm taking 100 of my drawings from my sketchbooks and creating a book there. So you can go to creatureartteacher.com/books, I believe it is, right?
I believe so, but it doesn't show up.
I think it is. It's /books. creatureartteacher.com/books, and you can get more information there. So there you go. And you wonder why I have spit marks all over my screen.
What'd you say?
All right. I just cleaned the screen last week, and it's already covered in spit. I talk too much.
So we got a couple of...
Hey, there's a text message from my daughter. Our internet is down again. Sorry, daughter.
We got a couple of more requests rolling. We got got a snow leopard.
Snow leopard. I
How,
like the snow leopard idea.
how about
I've
a
done
red?
snow leopards in the past.
How about a red panda or giraffe?
Red panda or giraffe? Actually, I have reference of giraffe.
A Rottweiler would be cool. Anything you do is great.
I've got my own reference of a giraffe. You guys want to see it? Hey, look at that! Look at that mug right there. This is where I was trying to get texture. I was trying to get ugly skin texture, so I thought I'd use my own. Look at that! Look at that skin texture for a thing that I was doing. Giraffe. Let me type in giraffe. This is one of the things I love about. See that? Type in giraffe, it finds them.
Boom.
Boom. Boom goes. And boom goes the dynamite.
Someone else says, want a platypus or a stoned moose?
A stoned moose. There you go.
A white tiger?
So let me show you some of these images. So these are all wild giraffe that I photographed. I photoed in. Man, I can't talk today.
You okay?
Yeah, they're all, my words are getting jumbled up in my mouth. I photographed all these in Africa. Photographing a giraffe would be kind of fun. I like, see, giraffes are difficult because they're so long, it's hard to find an interesting composition with them. And something like this, I think, is actually interesting, the way this is composed and breaking the frame in the way that it is. It's almost creating like a yin and yang kind of thing, which is kind of neat, actually. I like this. I might use this. I love that pose too. Isn't that nice? And what's really neat, you can see, look at the, whoops. You can see the vertebrae in the neck. See the lumps in the neck and how the vertebrae bend?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
That's weird.
It's weird.
Weird.
It's weird. Yeah, I know, like in, what was the DreamWorks movie with the zoo? The lion. I got to move it, move it. What movie is that?
Madagascar.
Madagascar. I think I was drawing a blank. You know, the giraffe in that. They're always having to frame him so he's down, and it's always difficult to frame him in the shots. But I have tons of wild giraffe shots that I photographed whilst I was in Kenya. These are some sketches. There's a sketch that I did of one walking towards us. Real quick sketch. But I love when they're lying down too. This is out in the Masai Mara. A couple of them sitting there. When you're out there and you see them, they're just absolutely. This guy was really old. You could see all the lumpiness on his head. It was an old bull.
Oh yeah.
Look at his head. Let me pull this up right here. Look at that head.
Oh yeah.
Bring this up this way. Look how gnarled he is. Look at all the little protuberances over his eye. He was just an old giraffe. An old bull.
He's seen better days, I'm sure.
Look at her neck. This giraffe's neck, the way it breaks like that.
It looks broken.
It does, doesn't it? But these poses, I love these poses. And to do something maybe tall, like that's a really cool look right there.
I like that tree in the background there. Like if you made that like a vertical, if you made that more of a vertical frame.
Yeah. Here's that same guy again, that old guy.
Yeah.
Look how lumpy he is. But I like the giraffe idea. Look at this. I love this gathering of animals. This is a spot that we came down to, and you could see it was just full of zebras and wildebeest and giraffe, and off to the right there were some elephants, and it was just incredible. I love visiting the Masai Mara. It's like you're watching the Discovery Channel. Oh, this is kind of interesting. Actually, this would be really cool. I've got an idea for a composition now.
Oh boy.
I do.
Roll now.
I got it. Yeah, Twitch comment. I love watching giraffe run. It's so odd. It looks like it's in slow motion, actually. I think what I want to do is I want to frame, because everybody knows that a giraffe, well, not everybody, but most people know that a giraffe has to bend, spread its front legs really far. You see how far apart they have to spread their legs in order for them to drink. And it would be really neat just to get the legs and the head in the shot. A real long horizontal, I think, could be really interesting. Let me try something here. I want to grab it right along in here.
Ever seen a camel run?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a full body shot. You can see how they have to spread their, which is really strange to me from an evolutionary standpoint. They really put themselves at risk doing this, which just seems odd from an evolutionary standpoint. I love this shot too. That's nice. It's nice. He's pretty nice. Giraffes is. All right, I'm going to roll with that, I think. Although that's nice too, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah, man. There's something really elegant. I've actually done that one before. Fun fact, giraffes were thought to be Kirin by Chinese explorers. And Kirin SS, how you say giraffe in Japanese. Oh. Oh, is how you say giraffe in Japanese. Ta ta ta.
Ooh.
I like that. You like that one?
Yeah.
Do you?
I do.
I do too. Maybe we'll go with that. There's just something really nice about that. All right, let's just stop talking about it.
It's just so peaceful.
Stop talking about it and just do it.
Just do it!
We're going live!
Fine, do it live!
There's my reference. So there's my reference. That's what I'm going to be using as reference. I'm going to be doing my stupid dramatic shadows over it to make it a little more interesting. I'm going to put it in a darker environment. Environment, minty fresh. All right, let's get into. Whoops, there we go. Let's draw. I'm ready to draw. You ready to draw?
I'm not ready to draw, but I'm ready to read comments.
I like to draw. First, I want to push the elegance of this beautiful beast. Very triangular. Whoops, triangular head. Already drawing it too big. I can see. Speaking of giraffe, just to give you a sense of the size of their head, there's a giraffe skull. This is a real skull. This thing weighs about 25 pounds. Just this.
That's massive, bud.
Yeah, look how big it is compared to my head.
It's huge.
Massive.
It's huge.
It's huge. Very, very incredible. Beautiful animal. I just happen to have a giraffe skull.
Just so happened. Oh, speaking of giraffes, I have a skull of one right behind me. Why do you have that?
Because I collect skulls. I'm morbid. Because I find it fascinating.
At least not like Ace Ventura, where it's a taxidermy or whatever. This is a wonderful room of death.
This is a lovely room of death. So thinking about the anatomy, you know, when it comes down, the neck comes down, comes into the shoulder blades, which are right here, just like us. I mean, and a giraffe has the same number of vertebrae as we do, believe it or not, in their neck. They're just bigger. And so what you've got here is you got a shoulder blade underneath. Let me draw in. Then you got the shoulder that comes in right here, connects to the shoulder blade. It comes in, the upper arm is here, comes back this way, with the elbow down here, and the forearm coming forward like this, and then their wrist is at that front joint, and then that comes back for the feet. So here is
Gabby's here
shoulder.
says,
Gabby.
So I'm at work and I'm only able to listen, so I gotta say, listening to an art session makes for great audio. Sarcasm intended. Whoa.
Hey, you know, it was a year ago, Gabby, that you were here in Florida.
Can't believe that was a year ago.
Yeah. And Erica Bay, if you're listening, or Carolyn, if you're listening.
If anyone from the trip are listening.
Actually, Carolyn was the one that reminded me. It was 1 year ago that we had our watercolor class, and then right after that is when everything shut down.
Yep. Yeah, we went right on the verge of like when COVID was just starting to really break out. Erica says, I missed the workshop.
Yeah. Is that Erica?
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Erica. So this is all, so if I'm drawing the anatomy underneath. So if I draw, and this is all muscle that would come up here, would come down to the elbow. The belly.
I wonder
belly,
what dress...
Belly.
I wonder what a giraffe's blood pressure is like, to be able to pump blood from the heart all the way to the head.
That's actually a really good idea, good point. I don't know. The world may never know. The world may never know. I don't like it.
Gabby says, I almost got stuck in Florida.
Who said that?
Gabby.
Yeah. Well, you would have loved it.
She also says that Facebook reminded me and I tripped out. Doesn't seem like a year ago.
I know. Aaron and Dustin, I'm going to try to get back inside to watch you. Sadly, I'm cutting lumber to fix my bed frame that collapsed last night and woke me.
Oh, no.
Well, that sounds like some crazy dreams, man.
Have fun with that, man.
My 82-year-old father and I just finished putting new siding on my house.
How did that go?
Oh, well. He's out there painting it right now.
Oh, nice.
I said, hey, you want me to feed you tonight? Get out there and start putting the side, start painting. Old man.
I don't know why, but I instantly started thinking of Happy Gilmore. Ben Stiller's character. He's like the caretaker of the
oh yeah,
of the seniors.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's right, because he's his grandma.
Yeah. Now you go to sleep, or I'll put you to sleep. What animals will you draw in your watercolor workshop, and will the workshop be available as a stream later?
It will not be available as a stream later. No, it's only for paying customers.
I think we meant with a final recording be available.
No,
later.
That's what I mean. Oh, for people that. Oh yeah, it will be for people that pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you miss it, you can get it, but you can't come in after the fact and get it. You can't come in after the deadline and purchase it, is what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? The animal part of what animals would be in the watercolor?
I don't know yet. I'm still figuring that out. I'm not sure yet.
Maybe perhaps another giraffe.
Well, definitely some big cats. One of them will be a big cat because I love to paint, as you know, big cats.
Not only am I predicting a big cat, but I'm also predicting some form of bear.
I don't know yet. Would you guys do more workshops in Florida in the future, of course? Yes, absolutely. We plan on it. We just got to wait for COVID to finish. So probably in the next year and a half, when everything gets back to normal, we will be doing more, definitely more in Florida.
10 years later.
10 years later, exactly.
Can you use a Cotman on the live workshop?
Yes, absolutely.
What? How do I?
Cotman.
Cotman?
Yep.
What is that? Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
For those of you that don't know, this is a Cotman field set, field watercolor. I use this thing all over the place. I've used it all over Africa. What's great about it is it fits right in your pocket, just like that. Man, they should pay me for advertising. Fits right in your pocket. I carry it with me everywhere when I go on these trips. Opens up. This becomes a water container. And then you open it up. There's a little piece right here. And there's a little thing right here on the cup so that it boop, slides in just like that. So it sits. Tiny little paintbrush. Then it folds open like that. You've got all your paints inside. They're all cake watercolors. This is actually a little sable brush. And this is the water container. So I can pull the cap off. Cap pops off. Put water in it. Okay. So then I can pour the water into the cup. Blip, 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 like that. Put that down. Then I've got my palette right here, all set. And then on the back, you can see there's a little ring that comes out. See that? This little ring. Put your thumb through there. So now I've got nice and sturdy. Pull this apart. Put it together. There's my paintbrush. You can sit and paint. It works great. I've taken this all over the world, all out into the bush, out into the crazy parts of Nepal and Africa and everywhere. It's awesome. I really recommend them. They're not cheap, but the design is amazing. And I've had two. This is my second one. My first one I had for about 25 years before it fell apart.
Eric is asking, will we get reference photos ahead of time
Yes.
at the workshop?
Yes. You will get the reference photos ahead of time. That's a good point. That reminds me, I got to get them uploaded and on there. So anyway, so there's the Cotman watercolor set. As a matter of fact, I want to see really quick. Let me jump over to here. Let me take out Giraffe.
Do you recommend the Wacom one?
Yes.
I second that. Wacom one is a really good starting Wacom's Cintiq screen.
So here are some photos from Nepal. Look at these guys. These wild Indian rhinos that I photographed. Oh, it was so cool. I loved camping there. We would go out on elephant back like this every day, and we would just trek through the jungle, chasing. We were chasing tigers and Indian rhinos and all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to show you. I've got this photo where I was we were up in Gangtok, in India. There's a leech on my leg.
Oof.
We were up in. I'm gonna find it. God, some of these photos are just so cool.
So, how many spots are left for the watercolor workshop?
I'm not sure. That's a question for Nick.
Oh, Nick.
There's enough spots, so go ahead and jump in there. I wanted to show you in India, right here. So here I am. Oh, I don't have it here. All right. Well, anyway, I've got at least a photo. Here is one of the houses up in the terraced fields, up in the mountains where we were staying. Right, this is at the base of the Himalayas, and then this is a little watercolor sketch I did, and this was painted with this little Cotman right here. So this little set right here. That's how I painted all this stuff in this sketchbook. So it comes in really handy when you're on the road like this, out and about. These are the terraced fields that we were painting while we were there. Beautiful place, but that's gang talk. All right, back to life, back to reality. Got to draw this giraffe.
Do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
That skull too, and get ruffles. Okay, Nick is saying that there's only a handful left, so get them while they're hot. Yeah, get them while they're hot. There's only a few left.
Since you were talking that you're planning to make more courses, I would like to know if you're planning to make a course on how to draw or paint realistic hair or human hairstyles.
Yes, I am now. That's a good idea. Because actually, that comes up a lot. People asking about how to do hair, and
how to do her.
All right, we're getting there.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Must have been the wrong song. What was it? I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time.
I can't remember.
That was Dr. John. I was listening to that song yesterday. It just popped in my head.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I was in the right zone.
Howdy, Aaron Dustin.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
Can you talk us through how you chose...
What'd you say?
Huh?
What'd you say?
Can you talk us through how you chose the gorilla for your book cover? I thought for sure it would be a cat or a bear.
Nick picked it out because it was a good horizontal image. It did good for going from front cover to back cover. That's the only reason. It looked good. My parents met Dr. John during Mardi Gras. Yeah, I met him once on an elevator. We were both going to be. He was doing some announcement for cars, or for not cars, but for Princess and the Frog. And I was announcing for a movie I was directing, and so we were both there for Disney. And we both got on the elevator together, and I freaked out. And I said hello to him. He said hi back, but that's about all I could get out because I was so starstruck. Hey man, how you doing, baby? I was in the right place.
Didn't he do a song?
I didn't have the nerve to talk to him. What's that?
Did he do a song for Princess and the Frog?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, sure he did. Old Dr. John, he was awesome. He's gone now.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Dang it.
I always loved his music when I was a kid. Used to love to imitate his voice. Hey, baby.
Oh, yeah.
You all right, baby? You all right?
Do you like drawing side profiles most often for a reason?
What's that?
Do you like drawing side profile shots for a reason?
No, it's just so happens that's what's happening in this one. A lot of times profile will give you a good silhouette. That's probably why I tend to do more. But I don't do just profiles, that's for sure. That's for sure. Don't accuse me.
Yeah, you
Don't-
tend to do a lot more 3/4 sometimes.
Yeah, 3/4 I like. Don't you condescend to me. Remember that? There was what movie was that?
That sounds so familiar.
No, but I do a lot of 3/4 or profile because it creates a great silhouette. Although a giraffe looking straight at you is really good because of the ears sticking out and the thin neck. They get kind of goofy looking.
And also them horns.
And their horns.
Their horns. Don't forget to tell us what you're doing, like a new layer, refined drawing.
Okay, I'm doing a new layer over the rough layer. I'm doing the refined drawing. You already knew I was doing it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
Just do it.
So I've gotten sucked into. We're binge watching. Actually, Vedanta's even more into it than me. She's been, but what's the the tattoo show with
LA.
no. Oh my gosh. Anyway, I've been watching episode after episode. I can't remember the title. My brain. I don't know what's wrong with my brain. I think I burned it too much in college.
It's Friday. I'm going through the same thing right now too. When COVID is over, will you have a? Oh my God! Stop updating. When COVID is over, will you hold another workshop in England and stay in the castle? I feel like I missed my chance.
Yep, you did miss your chance. We're never going back again. Never going back again.
Ever. They hate us over there.
No, of course we're going back. Ink Masters.
Ink Masters. Never watched that
With
one.
Navarro. Dave Navarro. It's really they the one thing I hate about this show, and all these reality shows do this, is they focus on all the infighting and all that crap. I can't stand that, but if I just fast forward through it so I can get to them just doing the art. And sometimes I watch these guys draw. I don't know how they got that far, because it's like, man, you guys got to go back to drawing 101. Or at least learn some anatomy.
Good day, Sir Aaron.
Good day.
Do you have any plans on making a course about reptiles or amphibians?
Yes. There you go. I just gotta, I'm not an expert on that, so I gotta study up on it. Just gotta learn the shapes, learn the anatomy. You know, the anatomy.
Anatomy. Would you ever do a workshop in the New England area?
I hate New England. Of course I would. I've been looking for an excuse to get up to Vermont. I'm from Vermont. I was actually born in Vermont.
Vermont's part of the New England area?
Yes, it is. And so I would love to get up there and do a workshop in Vermont. Or in Bahaba, Maine, in Acadia National Park.
Have you ever worked with Sandro Cluzo?
Yes. Sandro! He's one of the best animators, character designers I've ever met.
Are you not working on Snow Bear anymore?
Yep, still working on Snow Bear. Matter of fact, my good brother, Travis Blaise, is working on it right now. Well, not right now. He's got other jobs, but he's helping us out with it.
Gabby's asking, Aaron, was there a character or cartoon you remember creating as a kid? I made like Triangle Lizard Wizard. I loved him.
No, I didn't do that. I did like joke stuff as a kid. I draw stuff like that. But when I was sitting down to draw, it was always animals. I just drew animals. I wanted to be, even when I was like 8, 9 years old, I was trying to draw, ducks in the water and cats and things like that. I was really fascinated by birds. So I drew a lot of birds. I didn't draw a lot of cartoon anything when I was a kid. I wasn't into it. It never even crossed my mind that I would ever be a Disney artist. Never had any aspirations of doing that.
Since we were talking workshops, you should come up to Washington State after COVID.
I was just there. We were just in Seattle. We went up to see my brother who lives in Seattle. We might do a workshop up there too, because that's awesome up there.
Oh yeah, Seattle is part of Washington State, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I always forget about that.
Why, yes. Yes,
Why,
it is.
yes.
I don't like this. This is very boring.
And you should have kept the wide open space.
Don't like it. Are you talking? You're talking about the one I was doing originally, where I was drinking?
No. The wide open space.
Space. Like, no, but that was too boring too. It's like everything's too small. I'm gonna think I'm gonna do a portrait. A portrait. There's a goofy one. Hello.
Hi. I'm a giraffe. How are you?
I've actually done this one in the past, but it was a really quick version. That could be kind of a neat one. Look at that. I love that. Yeah, I'm going to do a portrait. Sorry, folks. I don't like the way that one's coming out. Don't be afraid to, as you're doing it, don't fight it. If it's not giving you a zing, then move on. The zing.
The zing.
It's not zinging me. I thought I shot some closer.
Why did I think Washington was close to New York?
What? Well, there's Washington, D.C.
Yeah, Washington, D.C. is close to New York, but Washington State is at the other side of the country.
Yeah, why did you think that?
I'm not the one that asked that.
Oh, I thought you were asking that. I was gonna say, you big dummy.
You do realize you said that to one of our viewers.
I'm kidding, you big dummy. Hey, I've never been very good at geometry. I like this. I like the lighting on this too.
Oh yeah, sure.
That interesting angle. I like that angle, eh? Oh,
can it be sitting on a cloud?
Oh, there we go. That's the one. That's a fact, Jack. Found it. That's it. Nailed it. Nailed it. Oops. Whoa, easy, cowboy. Easy, cowboy.
Baby giraffes always look goofy.
They do. I like that angle. I dig it, dig it, dig it, dig it. So we're gonna dump this one. I like that drawing, okay, but it's just a boring pose. We're gonna do a portrait. Portrait.
Portrait.
There's our reference.
Why not giraffe with zebra stripes?
Hey, done. I like that idea. Oh, I love that idea. All right. We're doing it.
Do it.
So let me go back to my photos. Whoops, not that one. Let me get rid of this.
Can you draw a witch later?
Let me go back to, no. And then we come back here. We're drawing a giraffe with zebra stripes. That's awesome. That's a great idea. We have 294 photos of zebras.
Holy moly.
Holy moly. One of my favorite photos right here. Look at this. I shot this from a hot air balloon in the Masai Mara.
Wow.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that photo. It's one of my favorites. This one too. Those long shadows. That was at sunrise. We were floating over them in a hot air balloon. And this is one where they were just getting ready. They're crossing the river.
Mm-hmm.
And they're super apprehensive because there's crocodiles in the river. And then they just didn't know. I wanted to do a big painting of this one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, yeah, sure, definitely.
So I just need to grab something from it. Shows the same angle. Look at that. See that right there? That shows the same angle.
So you'll draw a
Yep.
giraffe or a zebra?
I just need this little piece right here. Actually, I'll take both of them. That's going to give me the angle I need. And we're going to go bop and open.
Can I make a suggestion?
Yes.
Since you're doing facial expressions lately, maybe the zebra giraffe can look pleased or horrified at his new coat?
Well, I'm going to do it something like that. Yes. But a little more calm. There's something about giraffes that are very calm. All right, let's start this baby over. Sorry, guys. Starting over.
Oh, darn.
That's what, hey, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Do you sell any of your photos as prints?
Yes. We've got a whole bunch of big cat prints. Oh, no, not as prints, but as reference material. I do.
Yeah, not the photos themselves as prints.
No, I don't sell. They're, all the photos I have, they're just for my own. They're for my own reference. That's why I love going around the world to shoot my own reference for my paintings. And for my anatomy studies and all of that stuff. So that neck, that muscle comes right up behind the ear here. It comes down through into the neck. And that muscle comes up here and then it goes under because the jawbone is coming in through here. So there's a hollow right here. This comes in and connects right about here and comes down. And at this angle, the neck is very thin.
I thought the saying goes, if something is hard to do, it's not worth doing.
Well, drawing is hard, so maybe it's not worth doing. By that rationale. So I want to get this shape in here. It's a nice triangular shape.
How about the sitting giraffe with zebra stripes amongst a herd of zebras?
How about no?
How about now?
How
That's
about
too
we
much
only
work.
have a couple hours? Actually, this would go right into the theme of my new, of the new paintings I'm doing. I'm doing a whole series of paintings where I'm playing with different patterns of animals and insects and things like that, and juxtaposing them against each other. So doing this giraffe with zebra stripes fits right in with that theme. So we'll probably keep this and do some prints of it, because I want to do it as if it's a real thing. Yeah.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going?
How's it going, Abe? I'm teaching myself perspective techniques through books while at home. Will that help me in drawing from life when the lockdown is restricted?
Yeah, that it definitely will. And it just so happens I've got an entire course on drawing perspective on my website if you're interested. Um, I started learning perspective and drawing perspective from scale to scale and all that when I was about 8 years old. My stepfather was an interior designer and started teaching me 2 point perspective when I was 8. And so from that age, I was able to really learn a lot. And then I taught myself a lot more as I got older. And so by the time I was 18, I was doing, renderings for office buildings and things like that at this engineering firm that I worked at. So I was really lucky in that sense that I was able to learn that and utilize it later in my life as a young artist. So, but the reason I'm saying all that is I've got a lot of experience doing perspective and working in perspective and the mathematics of it and that sort of thing. And so if that's something you're interested in, you can go over to Creature Art Teacher, and I've got a whole bunch of stuff there concerning perspective.
Perspective.
Hey, you got a good perspective on it.
I just ordered your cheetah print with butterflies. Thanks. Thanks for making it available, says Erica.
Oh, wow. Well, you jumped on it before I even had a chance to announce it, Erica. That's great. Because that's one of the things we're going to be announcing. I guess Nick was going to tell me when it was ready. I bet he just barely did it. There we go. There we go. Actually, this is going to be a fun one. I know we're kind of long into it here, but if you just stick with me, we'll have a pretty cool image. I think. Methinks.
Erica says, "Yep, I got a notification on my phone."
Ah, well, you jumped right on it. So there's my rough sketch. My rough sketch.
Rough sketch. I've been trying to draw as much as I can recently, and I've noticed my hand has started to hurt while drawing. I always thought I did a pretty good job at drawing from my shoulder and elbow rather than my wrist, but it continues to hurt worse every day. Any other reasons this could be happening, or any ways to help?
I don't know, because I don't have that problem, and I have a lot of people that tell me that they do have that problem. The only thing I can think of is that you're gripping your drawing utensil maybe too tight. I would say try loosening up on how tightly you grip the pencil or pen or brush or whatever it is that you're using. I have a lot of friends that have had issues with carpal tunnel and pain and everything like that. I have never had an issue with it, knock on wood. I'm 53 years old now and still have never had any problem with it. The one thing I do is I'll lean on I'm left-handed, so I'll lean on my right elbow, and I'll tend to do that all day long with my body weight on it, and sometimes that will bother me, but as far as my drawing hand goes, that rarely ever bothers me. So, and I like to draw up in the air, like, you know, with my, if you cut to the camera, Dustin, I like to draw like this with everything up. So I'm forced to draw with my shoulder, and sometimes it's tiring. It gets your arm kind of tired, but over time you'll build up the muscle to do it, and so it doesn't bother me, and it forces me to draw like this rather than draw like this. Can you switch cameras again?
Back, yeah.
It forces me to draw like this. You know, I tend to draw like this rather than like this, and that's where you're going to start getting the pain from that kind of thing, and then, you know, pulling with your fingers. I don't do a lot of movement with my fingers when I draw. It's this or my wrist.
Dustin, tell Aaron that I used the Canson oil and acrylic pads. They took the oil paint well. It's like the sketch pads, but for paint.
That's cool. I like it. All right, let me shrink this up, because now, Dustin, drum roll. We are pleased to announce, let me bring this down. So I am, so as I was talking about earlier, I've started this series of paintings. I've only done one, but it was a really big hit. I shared it with everybody this past week. I'm doing a series of paintings where I'm experimenting with animal patterns. I love, you know, tigers with their stripes, and cheetahs and leopards with their spots, and giraffes with their markings and everything else, and insects, and just kind of looking at insects and animals and the way the nature has camouflaged them, and just having some fun mixing those patterns together. And so I created this painting last week, a digital painting of a cheetah coming through like a little flock, a swarm, I guess, of leopard moths. And so here's the image right here. And it was a really big hit. Let me pull it up on my big screen. Keep that there, Dustin, while I'm pulling this up. But it was a really big hit, and a lot of people requested prints if we were going to be doing prints. And so Nick and I talked about it. We decided to go ahead and do that. Let me see here. Here we go. No, that's not it. Let me see if it'll open. There we go. You can go over to my big screen, because it'll come in even bigger. There we go. Boom. So here's the painting right here, and the intent was for all these butterflies, you know, for the cheetah to come out and be itself, and you see these butterflies flying around it, but as the eye moves back across the image, as we get further and further to the right, everything just kind of blends together because of the similar markings. And I just found that fascinating. And so I wanted to just play with the viewer's eye in doing that. And I'm going to be doing some more images in the future along the same theme, just playing with the markings on animals and seeing what we come up with. And that's why this giraffe being marked with zebra stripes is a perfect idea, because I want to do stuff like that where I'm switching markings and just having fun with it and see where we go with it. But anyway, go back to the slide. So that being said, this is available. I'm going to do 50 prints that'll be signed and numbered. So I'll be going through and signing them by hand. and you can get, and they're 18 by 24 inches, so it's a good size print. That's the size that I created the document, and basically, I think it's about the size of what you see on the screen. If we go, no, over my shoulder. Yeah, it's about this size is how big the print will be. And so anyway, so there's that. Go back to the slide. So we're going to be doing more of them as well, and we're really excited about. We got some ideas for some virtual online gallery shows that we're going to be doing in the future. Anyway, it's something that Nick and I have been talking about, brainstorming on, and it's something we want to do more of. We've had a lot of requests for more artwork to be made available, and so that's what we're doing. So I'm pleased to announce that I have a new limited edition print available on my website at creatureartteacher.com/prints, and it's going to be 50 signed and numbered copies available. We also are going to have unsigned versions as well. They'll be a bit cheaper, but they won't be signed, and it's 18 by 24 inches. Really nice paper, archival, acid-free paper. And so there you go. That's what we're doing. I hope you guys like it. I'm really excited about this new series. I think you guys are gonna enjoy it, and this will be part of it.
What canvas or image size do you usually start with, and at what DPI?
18 by 24. It's my favorite composition. This one right here is 18 by 24. I start almost all of them at 18 by 24 at 300 DPI. So it's a big file. Usually something like this big, will come out to be a couple of gigs.
And I'm all out of questions.
Yeah, probably shouldn't have started over. People probably went, all right, I'm done. But I really like the idea of doing, whoever came up with the idea of putting zebra stripes on him was genius. You're genius.
Genius.
You're genius, I tell you. That's why I love doing this stuff. So many great ideas out there. That's why I love to do Request Day. Twitch question. When going to life drawing on site, what are the best materials to have? Just stuff that's really portable. I would say, if you want to draw in pencil, have a pencil and some kind of sharpener with you. Or charcoal, if make sure you have something to sharpen that charcoal with. Or not. Sometimes people like to just draw with the blunt materials. I prefer to go out with just pens, because pens you don't have to worry about sharpening or anything, and you just get it down. So I go out with a set of pens. My Wacom, not my Wacom, my Cotman watercolor set right here. Just go to town. Go to town.
Go to town.
Baby. Yeah, I wish we could play music. I wish we could play music during these things.
Yeah, but we don't want to risk copyrights.
Well, that's the thing. We can't.
No.
But it'd be fun to have some music blaring and we sing and draw.
There are some songs that are not copyright restricted or anything. But
Happy birthday to you. That's about it.
No, there are others, but they're more the stuff that we're not used to listening to on here. At least the ones that I know of are like very techno based or anything like that.
Yeah.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, E?
How's it going, E? Do you ever get burned out from drawing a lot? As I just finished a very difficult piece, which took me 2 months, as the composition was hard to figure out. Thank you.
Sure, I don't get necessarily burned out, but I definitely have to take a break. After I finish a piece, you know, I'll go out and hang out and maybe take a day off. And then I get back to it the next day.
What courses will come out after the expressions course?
I got to get back to my, I've got a course on drawing, figure drawing course, but they're all clothed, costumed models. So it's going to be a focus on folds. It's not a course on folds and fabric, but it's figure drawing, but with the focus being on costume models, so we can talk about, you know, how fabric and cloth weigh on the body.
And I also got my own introduction to photography course in the works.
Yes, you do. You and I are going to be working on getting that planned out in the next month or so.
Yeah.
And we've got some other exciting stuff coming up. We got a new course coming up with Tim Hodge on story. And we've got, hey Nick, can we announce the other guy that we've got? Give me a message. The one that comes after Tim.
Tim, you mean Dim?
The one that we're recording after Tim Hodge. Let me know if you think we should announce it.
Have you seen Raya the Last Dragon yet?
I have. I loved it.
I personally have not yet.
My good friend Paul Briggs was the assistant director on that, or co-director on it, I should say. So we haven't shot it yet, but he has agreed to do the course. So we've decided that we're going to go ahead and let you guys know, because I know there's a lot of fans out there of this artist. But we've got we're adding to our library of courses and teachers Armand Serrano. So Armand is going to be doing a course for us. We're recording it in about the next month or so.
Nice.
Talking about layout design. I believe that's what it was.
Would you be willing to do a tutorial on techniques to mix live action and animation? For example, Roger Rabbit.
I don't know that I could do a whole course on that, because that's not my wheelhouse.
It's not your repertoire
per se, but I think that's a cool idea. We might be able to talk about it and do like a round table on it or something. I don't know.
And maybe we can get even one or two of the guys that worked on Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Maybe.
Did Glenn Keane work on that movie?
No.
Did anybody you know that you worked with work on that?
Oh yeah, Andreas Desha. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, this just has to be stretched just a little bit. Yeah, I squashed it a little too much in my interpretation.
Theodore Dan says, I contacted Dustin and Nick, and I made a 30-minute presentation about your life in cinematography in front of the class.
Really?
I also promoted your site and lessons. People loved you, and I got a good grade. Hello from Paris.
Wow, thank you.
Awesome, congrats.
Man, I'm honored. You know what's really cool about this image is that, thank you very much, is that the mane on the back of the giraffe is similar in the way that it grows as a zebra. So I'm going to be able to do the same kind of mane as well.
Oh, very cool. We love it when you guys sing and banter. No worries, it's very entertaining. Though Vivacious V has a better voice. Hey,
She does. V sounds like like she stepped out of a like a Disney movie. But Dustin has a great voice too.
thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Would you like some lemonade? Lemonade. Or that cool refreshing drink. Gabby's asking.
Hey, Gabby.
Hey, Gabby. Aaron, with future art classes, will the size of the class increase slightly to compensate for old and new artists?
No.
Because I would love to be there for every class, but obviously would sacrifice for new people who want a great experience too.
No, I've got the classes right at the size that I like to handle them. So
You know,
our class
100,
size will not
150.
our class size won't increase. What might increase is the number of classes that we do. But as far as the class size that you've been to, Gabby, will always be that size. I don't want to do any bigger because I like to be able to spend time with every artist. And I don't feel like I can do that if I make it bigger. I don't want to get greedy. That's our #1 slogan here at Creature Art Teacher. Don't get greedy.
Don't get greedy.
No, we're here to teach. I mean, I want to make a living and pay my mortgage, but I want to teach.
Right?
Yes. All right, let's see.
With costumes models, how do you find the right references? Like, for example, if you were researching Vikings or Romans, etc.
You just got to make sure you're doing pretty extensive research.
Yeah, I would say like try going to sites where Greeks and Vikings.
Well, I mean, you don't have to go to Denmark
or
to get all the information you need, but I would suggest just
research.
Yeah,
lots and lots and lots and lots
of research.
Gotta make that research.
Wow, you sound like you know the song Feelings. Feelings.
I don't.
Nothing more than feelings. Trying to forget my feelings of love.
The love boat.
Teardrops falling down on my face. All right, let's see. I'm going to create a new layer. And we're going to make it a clipping mask. So now I'm going to start putting in... The abominable snowman gets called all sorts of unkind names, and yet he never complains.
What?
Did you get that?
I didn't hear it. I was reading something.
The abominable snowman gets called all sorts of unkind names, and yet he never complains.
That's a good dad joke.
It is a good dad joke. I like it.
Do 3D studios also have a layout design job? If not, then who designs their backgrounds?
Of course they do. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So what is it's gonna look weird here at first because I'm gonna have to lighten up the mouth, but not the mouth butt, but the mouth butt.
What do you think of Japanese animation?
That's a really broad, general question. I love Japanese animation, but just like anything else, there's bad Japanese animation, and there's good Japanese animation, and there's Japanese animation in between, and
I love anime.
I know you do.
Cowboy Bebop, top favorite.
I know you do.
Can you tell us some stories about the time when you were working on Lion King?
Oh, well,
I don't know why, but I just started thinking. You remember that time when you worked on the Lion King?
yeah.
It was just awesome. Stupid.
No, I loved working on The Lion King, mainly because I love drawing lions, as you all know. And as a matter of fact, the desk that Dustin is sitting at right now, the day that I started on The Lion King, I carved a little lion right into the desk, a lion head. Carved it into the desk, and it's still there to this day. Right there.
Yep, I pointed it out.
And I gotta figure out how to make sure these stripes are accurate. Trying to adapt them from a zebra to a giraffe.
I saw a great video of yours on animating a flour sack and how it helps you think about body shape expressions and emotions.
Yeah.
I don't recall seeing a more in-depth tutorial on your site. Would you possibly be open to adding one?
Yeah, sure. I think I have something like that in my introduction to animation and my basics, my animation course. If not, I can definitely add one. I thought I put it in as part of the animation course. What's the longest break from art? I'm sorry. What's the longest break from art you've ever had? I've had a really long break, and I notice I'm very rusty now. I've never gone more than a month or so without drawing.
Will the Wolves, Foxes, and Coyotes class come back?
It's never left. What do you mean?
Was there not the course, but was there a class they did with the Wolves, Foxes, and Coyotes? Wasn't there like a workshop or something?
No, I did the we've got the course.
Yeah, the anatomy course.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
No.
No, that for a fact. What is your best advice on how to sell your art?
Well, the way you sell art now compared to when I'm used to, the way we sold art back in the 80s and 90s and 2000s is a lot different now.
Way back in the day.
Yeah. So it's I don't know. I don't know if my advice is worth anything. Right now, I mean, the way we do it now is through social media, really. I definitely think that the world of galleries in the traditional way that we know them, where you go to a business and look at people's artwork on a wall, I think that's going to become something that I don't think that'll ever go away, but it won't be the main way of buying art anymore. I do think it's going to be more about people, having an online presence, especially as our society shifts more and more into VR. You'll be able to do everything with VR, including shop and buy things. And if I'm looking at a piece of art and I can look at it in VR, It's like being there, right? Right, Dustin?
Right.
Yeah.
It's like being right in that very same room, man.
Yeah, man.
A follow-up to my previous question about Lion King. How did you guys design the Pride Rock from Lion King? It's such an iconic design, man.
I didn't design it, so I'm not sure how it was designed or what the thought process was behind it. I know that there's a lot of, just looking at the geology, the natural and the landscape and everything of the Masai Mara and the Serengeti, which is where that's the location where the story takes place. That has a lot of rock formations in it. So, with that being said, here we go. That's that they got their inspiration from there. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out my stripes here. I want to make sure they're accurate.
Why is anime not liked in folios and portfolios?
Because anime is a specific style, and anybody can copy that style, and anime breaks a lot of rules of traditional anatomy, figure drawing, and that sort of thing. Artists want to see, or studios want to see, that you can draw traditionally and not use the crutch of the anime style to fall back on, if that makes sense. So anime is fine. It's a fine thing, but they want to know that you can draw first before you're mimicking a style.
But what if, like, say they do a whole bunch of, like, traditional designs and character designs, like the traditional Western style, but then, like, sprinkle, like, one or two little anime sketches here and there, like, really good ones?
It still tends to turn off artists. You don't need to put that stuff in there. That's the thing. You just don't need to.
Gotcha.
YouTube question. Have you ever considered giving Nick a salary raise for all the awesome work he does for Creature Art Teacher? Yeah, I did consider that. Next question. Nick and I are 50-50 partners. We are partners all the way, baby.
When you start to color in the image, are all the layers in multiply?
No. Like this is, right now, this layer is a normal layer. The blend mode is set to normal. You getting a little burpy there, Dustin?
Just a little. I swear some of the burps I've made the past couple nights, like, oh, I sound like I'm about to puke. Like those really deep bellowing.
That sounds like I'm gonna puke, eh?
Sounds like after bird feed. Have you met Miyazaki in person or been to Studio Ghibli in the past?
Yes. Yes to both.
Lucky.
I've been to Studio Ghibli, and when I was there, I met Miyazaki.
I remember being so jealous the whole time that you were out there for the Brother Bear promotion.
Yeah. If you could go back in time, if I could turn back time, that's the lyric. If you could go back in time and relive the days of working on a film, which film would you choose to go back and experience again? Well, let me see. It would have to be. I really enjoyed working on. Let me try to get this a little better. I really enjoyed working on Mulan. we were all really clicking together really well, and I really enjoyed the time that we had. It was fun. Every day was just fun to come into work.
I'll get that arrow, pretty boy, and I'll do my shit on.
The part that makes me laugh every time though is the okay. Any questions? Does this just make me look fat? Ow! What's the main thing that stands out to you about Studio Ghibli films?
Oh, their unique storytelling style. It's very different than what we do in the States as far as the way we tell the stories. And it's hard to put my finger on it and explain it, but it's I enjoy it. There we go. Ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
What do you think of NFTs?
NFTs. Well, I think NFTs have a problem with the environment. So once that gets solved, we'll actually probably get into NFTs ourselves. But right now, creating NFTs, it was something we were thinking about doing, and then we did a little bit more research into it. And the more we dug, the more we realized that it's got a really big environmental impact. You know, NFTs really draw a lot of power and energy, which increases the carbon footprint, which is no bueno.
No bueno.
And I just don't want to be part of that. Now, I think there's a lot of confusion out there as far as people thinking that NFTs are the same as making Bitcoins, which are mining for Bitcoins, which is not the case. But it's still a big energy suck that I don't think is right. And so that's something that we've decided not to do. And we're just going to wait. There's another technology that they use to create the tokens that will use only about 1% of the energy that they use now. And so once that becomes more mainstream, then we'll reconsider doing doing NFTs. Have you met Frank Frazetta? No, I never did. What are your thoughts on Frank? Well, I don't know Frank personally. He's passed away, but he was always an inspiration to me as far as his work goes. I've always been completely enamored by Frank Frazetta's work, completely. My good friend Tony Cipriano met him years ago. Tony did our course on ZBrush sculpting. We were talking about all the people that I've been able to meet throughout my career the other night, and we were just talking about the because it's the hot button subject right now with Meghan Markle, Meghan and Harry, and I remember when Princess Diana and William and Harry came to the studio years ago. We met them, and William and Harry were just little kids, and I remember we had all these rats and mice that we were all keeping as pets. I had this little mouse on the back of my desk, and William and Harry they were running from desk to desk, just fascinated by all the mice and everything. It was really neat. And I see them now, and I just see all the, everything that they have to deal with and the pain after when their mother died. I remember you, Dustin, when you were just a little boy and we were watching the funeral for Diana, and you crying, and it was horrible.
But when the royal family was at the studio, was did one of the employees be like, "Hey, Princess Di"?
One of the guys goes, "Yo, Diane," or "Yo, Princess Di. I used to live in England."
Like, oh my God! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
I'm gonna try making the horn black like this. See what that looks like. What do you think? I kind of like that.
Yeah. Dustin, do you have some Photoshop tips for taking pictures of tattoos, for example? Make sure to have good light, and that's kind of about it.
And drink your Ovaltine. And be sure to drink your Ovaltine.
I mean, a lot of what you can do could be done through post production after taking the photo. If you want to fix the contrast, like if you want to make it dark, the blacks darker to make it easier to see the lines of the tattoos or anything of that sort. And the app that I use a lot is Adobe Lightroom for post photo editing. And make sure to shoot raw. Raw photos definitely help too. So yeah, lighting, raw photo, post photo edit.
Have you ever met Andreas Deja? And if yes, what was your experience and what did you think of him? I've known Andreas for 30 years. Yes, we work together. I love Andreas. Andreas is one of the most brilliant artists I've ever met. He's a brilliant animator, nice man. I think he's incredible. When I was working in Paris, when I was 25, and Andreas was there, and he knew I was kind of out of my element, so he kind of took me under his wing and showed me around and everything, which was great. I'll always be indebted to him for that.
When was the last time you actually saw Brother Bear?
Oh, I don't know. It's been years. It's been a while since I last saw Brother Bear. So now I got to make up the stripes up on top here.
And will you ever draw a vampire bat human character?
No. How's that?
That was a Gabby question.
Oh, for Gabby?
Yeah, that was
if it's for Gabby, no. No, if it's for Gabby, come on, of course. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Did you ever watch the Avatar animated series?
No, I'm 53. Come on. No, that was after my time. The last cartoon series I watched religiously, other than like South Park and The Simpsons, was like Saturday morning stuff. Do they even have Saturday morning cartoons anymore?
I don't know.
I don't even think they had Saturday morning cartoons when you were a kid. Did they?
Saturday morning cartoons?
When I was a kid, Saturday morning was the only time you could watch cartoons.
There were always cartoons when I was growing up because it had Toon Disney and Cartoon Network. So those were always.
What did I watch? I watched cartoons. A big chunk of it. I watched a big chunk of it at your house. That's right. Nick was saying I watched a big chunk of Brother Bear at his house with the kids. I forgot about that. I did. And Nick says he's always been told that if you can light it right in camera, it makes editing afterwards much better. It's really hard to fix a bad photo. Oh, in reference to the tattoos.
Oh, what did you say?
If you can light it right in camera, like if you're lighting everything the way it needs to be lit, then that's the best way to go. It's hard to fix a bad photo, basically.
Well, it's not just that, but you have a lot more freedom of what you want, what you could do after the fact. Like if you want to change the color hues, if you want to darken certain areas a bit more, like shooting in RAW and post editing after the fact. Like sure, if you take the good photo, then you're good, but you can go further than just
but just all Nick's saying is do the best you can in camera first.
Yeah.
So it limits the amount of fixes that you have to do later.
Yeah, that's why I said good lighting first. What month do we draw mermaids, or maybe mermaid big cat hybrid?
Mermaid.
Mm-hmm. Mermaid.
It's been a while.
It's been a while since I last watched Brother Bear. Did you guys shoot raw photos on your Africa trip?
No, I didn't. Because my photos are meant to be strictly reference only, and so I don't need to go back and really adjust them for for magazine covers and all that kind of stuff. And shooting raw takes up so much memory. So I just keep everything JPEG.
Yeah, I'm the only one of the two, between the two of us, that shoots raw. Although you have been shooting more raw lately.
Yeah.
Because I introduced that to you.
Yeah.
It's just the Africa, the current Africa photos you have are all JPEG because you're still in that JPEG.
Yeah, but if I go back, I'll probably shoot. Well, it depends on what I'm shooting. If we come up on a Pride of Lions and it's low light, then I might shoot it low or raw. But if it's middle of the day and we, then I'll shoot JPEG. It's kind of. I like this idea. I like doing this zebra giraffe. It's kind of cool, person that came up with the idea. You smart person.
Have you thought of making a Disney movie with Ghibli Studios?
No, never will, because I'm not at Disney. No, never. And I don't think Disney will do that either. Now, I think Disney was distributing Ghibli films here in the States.
Hi, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
What's the strongest paper you use for really wet mediums? Inks, watercolor, wash. I live in the UK, so the shipping might be different.
Well, the paper I get is from Paris or from France, so it might be better for you. But I get Arches.
Arches.
Hear that? This is heavy paper. So this is a watercolor I did. And this is 300 pound or 320 pound. I think it's 320 pound paper. So it's like, look, I can hold it out like that. It's like cardboard. But it's really heavy, cold press for wet media. And it really takes, you can see it takes the watercolor.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. It takes the watercolor really well. And so I love working on this paper. And I just go on Arch's website and do cold press watercolor paper and just get the heaviest that they have.
Have you ever done any Imagineering work?
No, the closest I ever did was I gave a lecture on animal drawing to the Imagineers a few years ago.
Done a what lecture?
A lecture on animal drawing.
Ah.
And one of my best friends is an Imagineer. You know who I'm saying?
Yes, I do know what you're saying.
Jolt Horme. Jolty.
It still blows my mind that he was in the documentary on Disney Plus about Imagineers.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. This is my United States of whatever.
In my United States, oh, whatever.
All right. Okay. All right. Clean this all up a little bit. Just clean it all up a little bit. There. Let's get some shadow on it, shall we?
Erica says, digging his stripes.
Thanks, Erica. All right. Let's see. I want that there. I want that there.
What's the best way to save pictures you've created on Photoshop so that you can make them into prints easiest?
That's a question for Nick. I'm not sure. Man, I'm doing this wrong. I was in the wrong place. I was in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. Twitch question for Dustin. Have you ever thrown in a question that while you made it sound like it was from a viewer, was actually your own?
Now, whenever I ask a question, I would say coming from me or something.
It's okay, son. You can talk to me.
Do you prefer the textures of cold press or hot press?
Cold press. If I'm doing a drawing, then I like hot press. But I prefer cold press for watercolor paint. Well, this is really, the stripes really break everything up in a way that it makes shading everything a little more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
Me?
No.
What? What'd I do?
You're mocking me, aren't you? Remember that from Toy Story?
Oh.
You're mocking me, aren't you?
It was from the first one, wasn't it?
Yes.
You are a toy! You're the craziest and saddest person I ever met. You have my pity.
I always loved how serious both those guys took that role, their roles.
And if they're a couple of toys.
Yeah, they could have just phoned it in, but they just that's shows how much of a pro they are, or how much pros they are. How professional they are.
Hey, I'm always struggling with lighting and
Hey.
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 Hey. I'm always struggling with lighting and shadow colors. I watched your shadow and light course, but I keep struggling and overdoing it. Can you jump a little bit around while shading this awesome giraffe? Love from Holland.
Yes, I'm jumping around now. Jump around. Jump, jump, jump around. See, we can make a song out of anything, can't we?
Just debate. I think she's more along the lines of like explaining on.
Yeah, right now I'm just. It's almost a backlight. The light is way off to the left and past a little bit rear 3/4. The thing is, I want to get some lighter areas in the stripes. So one thing I'm going to do on the stripes is I'm going to do that. So I can draw on them. Sort of like on when you look at a zebra, let me see if it'll come up on this one. Where's my cursor? There it is. If you look at the zebra here, I've turned it sideways to match the... But you see along the top, along this neck right here, if you look at just the black stripes, you get kind of a bluish tint, a lighter bluish tint in the lighter areas. That's what I want to try to get in the giraffe right now. If someone on the animation team is unable to work for whatever reason, would the others be expected to fill the roles? Yes. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Why do some people say you shouldn't use black when you're painting?
Black tends to really gray everything down. What I try to do is use a really dark version of a color, and I'll use like dark blues and alizarins to get the black that I'm looking for. It's very rare that we see something in complete black. It's usually a very dark color. Oops. Look at that. Ooh.
Who remembers what a spider fin sounds like? Hey Aaron, how's it going, eh?
Hey, how's it going, eh?
It actually literally wrote that out. How's it going, eh? What was it like working with Bob and Doug McKenzie during Brother Bear?
I got kicked out of the see, the way we always used to do it, me as a director, I would I had a fun part. I got to read with the actors, so I got to read. I've actually read scenes with Joaquin Phoenix, believe it or not. Because I would read the script, I would read against the actors, and I would play the roles that the actors weren't playing in a script when we'd go in the booth. And so with Bob and Doug McKenzie, I used to go in and I'd read against them in the booth, but I ended up getting finally kicked out because those guys would make me laugh so much, and I couldn't keep my composure, and I kept ruining the takes. So I had to sit in the engineering booth and read against them from there on the mics.
You're basically putting time out.
I was putting time out. Yeah, because I couldn't stop laughing. They cracked me up, man.
Have you ever had art burnout? If so, how do you deal with it?
No, not really. You do get some kind of burnout here and there, but I I just force myself to work through it. Just push yourself through it. Just make yourself do the art. Just start creating, and you'll find or if I do get burned out, I'll go say to I'll go to a movie, or I'll um, look at other paintings that I find inspiring. Things like that that will help you find your inspiration again.
Does a giraffe have meat sticks or flesh paddles?
I always love that term.
Meat sticks or flesh paddles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is I'm going through and hitting some of these stripes, and what it does is it starts to give the stripes a little more dimension by lightening them up where the light's hitting them.
Hey, Aaron.
Hey, how's it going, eh?
How's it going, eh? How do you make the decision on when to change the layer blend mode? I've studied blend modes and how they work, but I have a hard time understanding how to incorporate them into my work.
For me, I use multiply when I want to create shadows, and I use overlay when I want to create lighter areas. And then I just paint over them in normal mode. Like I'm painting in normal mode right now. So, and I use the blend modes just to get my basic setup, basically. Just to, I want my basic light area and my dark area. I use the blend modes for that. Then I go in and really nuance it with normal blend mode. There we go. Our giraffe, zebra. So like now, I'm going to go in and get really dark inside the ear here.
Aaron, did you ever watch Bob Ross? If so, what did you think of him?
I did watch Bob Ross. I didn't watch him regularly. I've always loved Bob Ross. Matter of fact, Bob Ross is kind of my model of how I want to be. I want to be like a modern day Bob Ross for you guys. He always brought so much positivity, and I just loved him. And I always thought it'd be neat to be able to do the same kind of thing he did, but in a different time, like now. So I kind of want to be the digital Bob Ross. But we do traditional stuff too. But I've always loved Bob Ross. He always represented something positive.
Justin, can you do a voice impression of Gollum with an Arnold Schwarzenegger accent?
Just say no.
I don't know if I can.
I don't know if my dad will let me.
I'm sure he'll let me. I just don't know if I have the capacity to do it.
So here what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with a little bit more dark.
How do you know when you should use warm shadows as opposed to cool shadows?
A lot of times I'm looking at where the bounced light is coming from within the shadow. And sometimes you'll get a nice warm bounced light within the shadow, which will in turn make the shadow warm. There we go. There. Just getting little nuances in here now. Little shadow nuances. Trying to get all this anatomy to work right within the light. There, now let's go back up on top again. Now I can go in. Let's get a little bit of light right there. Right on the island. A little too much. I'm going to go back here. Pull it back a little bit. Now I want to go behind this little bugger. I want to get some color in the sky. Color in the sky.
Color in the sky. All out of questions.
I'm all out of love. All right, let's see here. So with the sky, the way the sky works, see? The way the sky works, is as we get further towards the horizon, we get more and more particulate in the sky, which is things like dust and sand and water. And it tends to warm up in color. So as we get a little bit grayer and lighter, but warmer. So I'm just slightly trying to create slightly warmer color to the sky as we work our way down. So once again, be ready to get on the slide there, Dustin. I want to announce that we've got a brand new print available. I've been playing with, as you can see, with the giraffe I'm doing. I've been playing with markings on animals, and just seeing, I wanted to kind of do a whole series of just experimenting with the different markings on animals. And so I created this image the other day of the cheetah coming through a whole swarm of leopard butterflies. And I thought it was kind of a cool image, a fun thing to explore. And so we've decided to do prints with it. So if you go on over to Creature Art Teacher /prints, you can pick up one of, now I'm only doing 50 signed prints, so hop in there while it's available, or you can get for a lesser price, you can get one not signed. You can just get a regular print. Oh, there we go. That feels better the way that's coming up. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to get that nice gradation in the sky here. There we go. I'm going to go a little bluer on top.
Do you also add on this one some tiger stripe butterflies, maybe out of the manes on this giraffe here?
On the giraffe, no. The giraffe I'm just going to leave as a just going to leave it as is, with just this the stripes being different. I think if I start adding other stuff, it'll be like putting a hat on a hat. YouTube question, are you using a mask? It seems like when you're adding your color, you're able to take the brush all the way up to the front edge of the neck, and you're getting a clean line. Yes, I'm doing a clipping mask. Yes. If you look over to the right where I don't know if you can see it or not, but where my layers are, you'll see 4 of the layers have these little arrows next to them. They're indented a bit. Those are my clipping masks. So they're really, I already created a layer underneath of just the silhouette of the giraffe in color, and then I created masks over the top of those that just it only allows for pixels to be painted within the silhouette of the giraffe itself. I want to try something here real quick. I'm going to take this, put them in a folder. I'm going to copy that folder. Now I'm going to I'm going to merge that group. I'll put a little thing on there. I want to go warm with it. It's about here. And I'm going to go to my brush mode. I'm going to go to color dodge. I'm going to bring it down to about 36%. I'm going to grab my pastel C brush. And what I want to do is I want to come in and hit some of these areas really hot. Color dodge. Got the right color. Yeah. You do it this way.
Recently, I realized that my line quality is not where it should be. I've been doing some exercises such as trying to draw straight lines, going from thick to thin, etc. Are these exercises useful? Can spend too much time on line quality be counterproductive?
Yeah, no, I mean, yeah, you don't want to spend too much time on it, because I don't always believe that, let the line quality be your style. I don't have, if you're thinking about a super clean line, I don't have that, but that's not my style. So think about whether or not the line quality is your style or not. It might not be your style. And there's only one more week left until my watercolor course on how to draw animal portraits in watercolor. I'm super excited about that one.
And also we got the expression course right before that.
Yeah, the expression course is coming out on the 19th. My brand new course on how to draw clear expressions. There we go. So here I'm trying to push the light and dark a bit more.
What kind of Winsor Newton watercolors do you use? Cotman or artist grade?
Artist grade when I can.
Are the printed signature? Are the prints?
You signed? Signed ones?
Yeah. Like, are they printed signature, like made beforehand, or
No,
are
I'm
they
going to be hand
markers?
signing them. They're going to be original.
Ah, nice.
Nice.
Nice. Nice, he said.
And from earlier, speaking of line quality, one critique I get when doing digital art, I'm told that I lose line quality. Is there a trick to pull off the same in digital art versus traditional?
I'm not sure I understand the question. Say it one more time, Dustin.
1 second here. One critique I get when doing digital art, I'm told that I lose line quality. Is there a trick to pull off the same in digital art versus traditional? Like, is there a trick to staying consistent with?
I mean, it's no different than just practicing. You just got to practice it. You know, when and then having the right brushes and that sort of thing. But it just comes with practice. So I know it's kind of a cop-out answer again, but that's all I got. That's all I got. There. Zebraf.
Next time, can you draw a panda bear with with giraffe markings?
Sure. So now I'm gonna lose some edges. One of the things I like to do is just kind of come in and just lose edges. It sets it in the environment a little bit better. Especially where you have areas that are contrasty. So like along here, along the forehead, I can get that to blend in. Just a little bit. Two quick questions. Could you do a course around critically endangered species? I feel it could be a good way to make more people aware of creatures like the hawksbill turtle, critically endangered. Any idea when VFX will be made? Yes, I could do one around a critically endangered species, although we'd have to pick them out because there are literally thousands of critically endangered species. And then I don't know when we'll have a VFX course made, but we will have one in the future for sure.
Oh, shall.
I've been trying force drawing with Michael Matesi. How do you incorporate force into your drawings? I don't know what force drawing is. I've never heard of that. Tell me what it is, Dustin. Come on, tell me what it is.
What is what? I was reading.
What is force drawing?
Force drawing?
Yeah.
That's where a Jedi uses the force to make a drawing.
Very good. I didn't think of that, but no, that's not it.
Other than that, I have no idea. What is force drawing?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you.
Well,
So now what I'm doing is I'm coming in and kind of roughing up the edges of the stripes to feel like more like fur. Using that with my smudge tool.
I know we answered this early on the stream.
Then why are we asking it again?
for the latecomers. What courses will be coming out after the expressions and watercolor course?
I'm going to be doing a course on figure drawing costumed models.
And I'll be working on a new course on introduction to photography for all them photographers out there.
Exactly.
So we both got some projects to work on.
We do. Actually, you and I, we got to get onto getting yours all mapped out and ready to go.
Yeah.
We actually spend a fair amount of time planning these courses. And so they take a little bit of time to get prepared.
Yeah, I feel that mine's definitely going to take a little bit of extra time because I'm actually going to be putting together a keynote slideshow for a good portion of my my course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, sure. But it's going to be top notch. At least that's the goal.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to get any better. It's not bad, but kind of a fun illustration, I think.
Yeah. Definitely very unique.
Yeah, I mean it's a little boring, but kind of fun. But if you want something that's not boring, go on over to creatureartteacher.com/prints because I've got my brand new print, the cheetah and butterflies, available. Cheetah and leopard butterflies. And I'm going to be doing a limited number, 50 signed and numbered prints. So get in on that.
Also got the new books on the way.
Yep, the books are on the they're not on the way yet, but
they're in the works.
They're in the works. Yep, they're getting planned out as we speak.
And then next week, got 2 more releases coming.
Yeah. Next week we've got my introduction, or not introduction, but how to draw clear expressions. And then my all-day watercolor course on painting animal portraits in watercolor. That's going to be fun.
Oh, yeah.
That one I'm really looking forward to.
It's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
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 Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. A couple last touches here. Let's see here. Come here, kid.
Hey, kid. I think we're in big trouble.
Come here, kid. I'm having trouble with the pressure on this thing. I got to adjust it.
Listen, I bought a Canon Rebel camera around 1999 and used it twice. Then I got digital cameras and haven't touched the Rebel since. If I try to sell it, are there people still looking for non-digital cameras, like film cameras? I feel
I'm sure there are somewhere.
Yeah, I feel horrible that I spent the money on it and it's practically in perfect new shape. There are collectors out there, and there are people that still use film for their photography. So I'm sure you'll find somebody that's willing to buy it.
I'm just putting little finishing touches in here.
Just watch out for scammers.
That's all we'll say about that.
Don't you find there's something weird with the jawline?
No. No, there's actually a muscle there that comes up around here. The jaw comes up behind the ear. And it does, it's concave in there around where the cheekbone is up here.
Just one more thing?
Not quite yet.
Almost there. Maybe you could try changing the sky to a sunset?
No. It's already got the color in here.
Yeah, no.
The I'd have to change all the color on the giraffe. I might do some cloud. Let's see what some clouds might look like. I got orange. I don't know if that's going to be the right color or not. No, we tried a different scale. Come on, it's locked up. There it goes.
There we go.
Like smoke. It's like smoke.
They smoke.
Yeah, let me do it the other way around. Let's try it like this, where I'll go a little brighter.
Where'd all the questions go?
We lost everybody. Is there anyone even on there?
Oh, there's people still on. They just not really talking. They're more suggesting of what to put in the background and all that stuff.
Oh.
You know, adding trees,
I'm
birds.
using my cloud brush. This is actually one of my wet media brushes. It works great for making clouds.
Nice.
Erica says, we're just watching.
There we go. I think that feels better. It gives it a little more atmosphere. Let me take my eraser. Change the brush to that. See, because now I can take this and lock it. Then if I want to get some color in there, do that. Let me knock this way back.
If you want a question, what is your favorite food?
My favorite food.
I miss shabu shabu.
Yeah, I'd have to say any kind of like Asian hot pot.
Shabu shabu or poutine. I love poutine. I remember I was on a diet in California,
Yeah,
but the moment I
like
moved to Canada, my diet went right out the window. Once I was introduced to poutine.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to leave the clouds like that. I think it reads better. Yeah, any kind of hot pot, Asian hot pot, I like.
Dumplings?
Of course I like dumplings. Oh my god. I could eat thousands of dumplings. When I was in China, I ate dumplings every day.
Yeah, when it came to shabu
Like
shabu, when it came to shabu shabu, there's a place in California, Hollywood Boulevard, that's called shabu shabu, and
straight at the Kodak Theater where the Oscars are held.
yep, and they have big plates of all the different like seasonings and
accoutrement.
Sure, but I always got a Kobe, like thin slices of Kobe beef, and swish those around, dip them in the sauce. Oh, it's the one place where not only do I eat everything off of my own plate, but I sit there and look around. Everyone else is going, "Are you going to finish that? Are you going to finish that?"
You do that, don't you? You little scavenger.
It is the only place I do that because I just can't get enough of it.
Would you consider drawing a pangolin? They're the most trafficked animal in the world, and I think it would be good to bring attention to them. I'm not sure if they're the most trafficked. I know they're trafficked a lot. But I would definitely draw a pangolin. I love pangolins. Most odd-looking creature you ever saw. There we go. I got the ear, the inside of the ear to my liking.
Shelly says, I heard Aaron makes a killer prime rib roast by a V.
Oh, yeah.
He makes some really good steaks.
All right. Oh, you know what we haven't done? We haven't saved it.
That would be a good idea.
Live stream videos, live stream images, live stream images. There we go. Zebra giraffe or giraffe zebra. All right, there we go. There we go. Kind of a. I wonder if I want. Do I want to crop it? Do we want to crop it a little? Let's see.
All right, questions are game.
I'm all out of love. Actually, I think I've got it. It's right where I want it to be. Really, the crop. I want that third right on the eye. It's right on the eye.
Right on the dot.
Right on the dot. Although, it should be at 18 by 24 image size. Cancel. There we go. Image size. 18 by 24. Okay, I'm going to leave it at 18 by 24. That way you can keep it standard. But know what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and copy that background, put it up here, and put the clouds on top of it. Clouds or no clouds? Clouds? No clouds.
I like the clouds.
I like the clouds too.
I like the clouds because it gives context as to how he's possibly in the shade.
Yeah.
Because clouds can do that. And also just adds extra.
What if we put a little atmosphere in there? Like this. What if we give a little atmosphere? Just like there's atmospheric perspective. And opacity might be a little high. Oops.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's too much right there.
Yeah, that's way too much.
How about that?
That's
There's
a little better.
With, without, with, without, with. It grays it out, doesn't it?
It grays it out way too much.
Yeah, I agree with you. In this case, I think you're right.
I mean, at that kind of an angle, you don't really see that much of
Come on. Oh.
distance of the atmosphere because it's such a high, such a low angle.
All right, something's weird here.
What are you doing?
Something going on here. There we go. Just cleaning it up. There we go. There it is. There is our giraffe monkey guy. Hold on, I gotta do this. I want to grab this, set it to, bring another layer, set it to multiply, and push that there and put that there. Now want to get a little bit of texture in the mane, but the sensitivity is either too heavy or it's too light. Can never get it just right.
What is it you're doing?
Just adding some texture in the mane.
Oh, okay. Just doing one more thing.
Yeah, I want to get some shadow texture in there. There. It's our little zebra giraffe.
A giraffe.
A giraffe. So here's our reference, our original reference.
Original reference.
Right there. And there's where we ended up with. Right here. We blow that up. We blow this one up. There. So that was kind of fun. Yeah?
Oh, yeah, sure.
And then this was the reference I used for the zebras to get the stripes on the giraffe. And so you can see, you can come up with all kinds of fun mixtures. Mixing them together. Kind of cool.
Pretty cool, dearie.
It's cool there, Wasabi. So I want to remind you guys that let me get rid of that. That I've got brand new prints available at creatureartteacher.com/prints. And there's the print right there. And if there's any interest in this one, let me know. I'm not sure that you're gonna want. Oh, you know what I need to do?
What do you need to do?
I got one more thing.
There's the one more thing. There it is.
I wanted to push the saturation a touch. That feels better. There we go. There's our zebra giraffe. So go on over to creatureartteacher.com/prints, and that's where you can get my signed and numbered cheetah and leopard butterflies print. We're going to start pushing more and more of these as we get more of them done in the series. And as I was saying earlier, if you're interested in this image as a print, let us know, and we will make it. So we will make it available. This is a lot of fun. And also on the other fronts, Friday is going to be our release date for our brand new course on how to draw clear expressions. Dustin is working feverishly on that.
Yep.
And then the next day, March 20th, we are going to be doing our all-day live web course on drawing animal portraits in watercolor. So I'm going to have a lot of fun doing that. We're really excited to have you guys for that. And then also in the future, we've got a whole bunch of new courses coming up. Dustin's got a brand new course on an introduction to photography, digital photography. We've got a new course coming up with Armand Serrano, who's going to be a new instructor that we have joining the site. And also Tim Hodge is coming up with a brand new course on story. So be on the lookout for all of that. We're really excited. And once again, thanks so much for today. Also, if you want to pre-order my Art of Aaron Blaise book, my very first book with a compilation of all my paintings over the last 15 years or so, go on over to creatureartteacher.com/books, and you can get those there, along with my new book, 100 Drawings. So there you go. I had fun today.
Yeah.
I always love doing request day because I never know what I'm going to do, and we always end up doing something fun. I really enjoy it.
It's always unknown.
It is. It is. So there it is, you guys. A giraffe. 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 Giraffe.
A giraffe.
Giraffe. I like that one. A giraffe. So it's a wrap because it's a giraffe. So anyway, have a great weekend, you guys. I hope you enjoyed today. I had a blast. And go out there, put some beauty back into the world. Be nice to one another. Put your shopping cart away. And I'll talk to you on Monday or whenever the next time I see you. Bye.
Hey guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Glad you guys enjoyed this stream. And for any newcomers, if you're interested in any new or any wildlife photography, you can check out my Instagram at Dustin_Blaise. And I'm actually going to be posting a new wildlife photo later today, so be on the lookout for that. And also on Creature Art Teacher, you can find my photo reference bundles of Florida wildlife, of gators and otters and all sorts of birds that we have here in this beautiful state. So be sure to go over there, check all that out. Have a good weekend. See you guys next week. And as always, Cowboy Bebop. See ya.